All right. Well, Colin Cowherd is out here making ridiculous statements like he likes to do. Listen, I don't usually defend Colin. I'm not going to defend him here because I think he's just wrong. I have always said that, like back in his ESPN days when he was doing 3-hour solo shows, that was like one of the most impressive things ever, because it's hard to do a solo show for 3 hours and be entertaining. And I would argue he had way better takes back then. But now Colin comes out and he's ripping the Green Bay Packers, which I think is fine. The Packers deserve to be ripped with how they've been playing lately.
Yep.
Only problem is Colin decides to rip the defensive side of the ball, which is absolutely insane because the defense is the only thing that's playing well. The defense has held teams to under 17 points, and they're 1-3 in those games. That's not the defense's fault, including the Philly game that we saw Monday night. But this is what Colin said. He attacked Micah Parsons specifically, saying Micah's rep has always been he's a splash player, a remarkable athletic player. He's not good against the run.
That's not his job.
But I mean, he is. And
he is, but the reason he's not so good against the run because you let that guy pin his ears back and go to rip the quarterback's head off, and most of the time he's 5 yards up the field and they run underneath him.
I just love. I hear Dallas fans every week saying, "Look at Micah's not even that good. I'm glad we got rid of him because look, he didn't even have a sack in the game." I'm like, dude, you didn't watch the game. You didn't see him bull rushing and making the quarterback have to scramble out of the pocket. His pressure rates are insane. But Micah Parsons didn't take too kindly to this.
Good.
He responds to Colin Cowherd. He got the laughing face emojis up there, and he says, "We just held Saquon Barkley to 60 rushing yards, and our only losses have been holding teams to 13 points. Man, sometimes can y'all please shut the fuck up and enjoy great defense? Why do you think teams come into the games that we're going to run the ball on 3rd and long? What effect do you think that is? Please stop giving people mics or listening to trash."
I don't disagree with anything he fucking said right there, dude.
Yeah, it's a bold move to rip him for not stopping the run when they literally held Saquon to 60 yards, which is.
And that's what and for one, Micah Parsons, like I said, look at any top edge rusher in the league, and at the end of every game, he's going to have like 3 or 4 total tackles with like 1.5 sacks. That's what the stat line usually is for top edge rushers.
Yeah.
Every time. He's not supposed to have 15 tackles.
I would argue you're going to have a ton of pressures, and you'll have every few games, you'll have multiple sack games, and there'll be games that you don't have a sack, but that's fine because you just look at the pressure rate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, measure Micah Parsons' havoc rate when he's going in there and disrupting and all that the different little metrics they use on that stuff, because that stuff does matter. Because there's a difference between like Jared Goff being able to stand in the pocket and pick you apart or having to roll out where that clumsy fool can't do shit. That's a big deal.
I don't know. I just don't know what Colin's thinking here because, like, it's not like we're in a slow news week or anything like that. There's plenty of things to talk about. And if you specifically want to talk about the Packers, why key in on Micah and this defense? Those are the only good things going on for the Packers. You should be looking at Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur and this offense that can't generate any points.
You've got a loss when you gave up 10 points this year. You got a loss when you gave up 13.
And when you gave up only 16.
And 16. The list goes on and on. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, you shouldn't lose an NFL game if you hold a team to less than 17 points. Like we talked about that little stat a little bit ago. You shouldn't lose an NFL game if you're doing that, especially with the amount of money they've spent on that offense.
Yeah, this is the stat we just said. The Packers are 1-3 in games allowing less than 17 points this season. The rest of the NFL is 61-5. This is not a Micah Parsons and a Green Bay defense issue.
No. And Colin Cowherd's a dipshit anyway. This guy's been losing the luster for some years now.
Yeah. So old Uncle Colin getting some heat from Micah, and I love it. I love seeing these players clap back, especially when they're right.
You know, it'd be good TV. Put Colin Cowherd in some football pads and let him drop back one time. No, I'll tell you what, I let him pick the offensive line. He can go cherry pick the offensive line out there, and he's got to play an entire series with just Micah Parsons trying to come rip his head off. God almighty, that would be most.
They would break that man. They would break that man. Let us know what you think about this in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll catch you on the next one.